Hi, I'm Maria. Thank you for joining me. Today is my 50th birthday. Wow, where does time go? Now, I can tell you that my life has been interesting and challenging at times. So my tips for you today are: allow yourself time to heal. Learn to love yourself, because when you love yourself, you can share your love with others. Now, it's really important that we learn to be strong and flexible, learn to bend, not break. Now, today's practice is a yin practice, and it's a nice gentle yin practice, so we will be holding each pose for about a minute and a half. Now, as always with yin, listen to your body, only ever go as far as your body allows. Grab yourself some props. I have some blocks nearby, a blanket. I always have cushions, bolsters, anything you have to hand, grab, always useful. Let's get started. We're going to start today on our backs. So join me, coming into reclined lame tree pose. Coming onto your back. Maybe give your right knee a little squeeze in towards your chest. Take the sole of your right foot to your inner left thigh, pressing your left heel away. Option to take your arms out to the side, maybe into cactus arms, spreading your fingers apart, stretching into your shoulders. Or maybe take your arms up overhead, deepening the stretch. It may be my birthday today, but today's practice, every practice you do, is always about you. Allow your breath to be steady all through your practice. Inhaling through your nose, taking your breath deep to the depth of your lungs, so that the effects can be felt all the way down your spine and into your hip. And exhale, releasing your breath through your nose. Turn your knee up and bend into your left knee before lengthening your right leg out. The sole of your left foot greets your right inner thigh. Your left knee relaxes down towards the earth as you enter lame tree pose on the other side. Gently allowing your hips to open one side at a time. Listening to your breath as you inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. Being still and present, having an awareness of your own mind, your own body, taking note of what you feel and how you're feeling. Glide your left knee back up and lengthen your leg. Hug your knees in towards your chest and release before rolling onto your front and recentering yourself on the mat as we enter Sphinx pose. Elbows under shoulders, forearms ahead, fingers spread wide, legs lengthen back, with the tops of your feet pressing into the earth. Draw your chest, your heart forward, your shoulders back. Press your pubic bone towards the earth, releasing any pressure on your spine. Now, if you wish to go deeper, you may choose to move into seal pose, walking your hands forward slightly and lengthening through your arms, creating a deeper back bend. Remember though, today's class is called Bend, Don't Break, So only move into seal if you're really comfortable to do so. Any pain, or return to Sphinx pose, which is where you'll find me. Lower to the ground, hands to the earth either side of your ribs to press up into a tabletop pose. Sit your hips back towards your heels and widen your knees open towards the edges of your mat. Inhale, right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, thread your right arm through and under your left, resting your right arm, shoulder and ear to the earth. In a wide child's pose, thread the needle variation. You may choose to walk your left hand forward. We have a twist through the spine while stretching into your shoulders, loosening into the muscles, releasing pressure from between the shoulder blades. Check in with your breath. Continue taking full, deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Your left arm moves back. Inhale, unthread your right arm, reach it back up towards the sky. Exhale, back down. Inhale, left arm up to the sky. Exhale, thread it through as we repeat this on the other side. Maybe gliding your right arm forwards. You may find your breath feels a little restricted in this pose. But as you practice and focus on your breath, space will develop, as in life when we are patient. Projects develop, relationships grow, all things take time. Glide your right hand back. Inhale your left arm up towards the sky. Exhale back to the earth. Return your knees to hip width distance apart, returning to tabletop pose. Keep your hips over your knees and walk your hands forwards, resting your forehead to the floor into melting heart pose. Allow gravity to draw your heart down as it melts towards the earth. For me, being an asthma sufferer, This is a lovely pose as it stimulates both the lungs and the heart while stretching through the spine. The hunched shoulders we get from sitting are stretched back into place while the shoulders open. See if you can gently draw your belly back towards your spine. We're not forcing anything here. Allow your heart to be open and unite with the world that surrounds you. Gently walk your hands back, travelling back through tabletop pose. Lift your torso up, shoulders over hips, hips over knees. Inhale your left arm up and back. Exhale, rest your hand on your left heel. Inhale, right arm reaches up and maybe back into half camel. Remember, bend, don't break. If your hand on your heel doesn't work for you, rest it on your hip. We won't be here for long. See if you can press your hips forwards. Now trust me, this isn't an easy pose for me either. It's not one I'd usually put in a yin practice, but if something challenges me, I like to work on it. Right arm travels down, left arm travels to the sky, right hand to the right ankle or hip. Press those hips forwards, maybe reach your left arm back. Check in with your breath. Has it become more intense? Faster? Shallower? See if you can slow it down and take deep breaths. If you need to leave this pose earlier, do so. Listen to and honour what your body tells you and what your body needs. Left hand circles down and back up as your right arm reaches up, creating length through your spine. Return your hips towards your heels, arms down, moving onto all fours. Let's take a few cat and cows. Inhale your heart forwards, belly drops. Exhale, round through your spine. Inhale, belly drops, heart forward, head lifts. Exhale, arch through your spine, head drops. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, neutral spine. Lower your hips back to your heels. Collect some props and let's prepare for straddle pose. Sitting bones meet the earth. Widen your legs wide apart, toes up to the sky. Maybe set your blocks or props into place to rest your head or arms on. And then inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, begin to hinge forward to a degree that feels good to you. Maybe rest your head on your blocks. You really don't have to have your torso flat against the earth to reap the rewards of this pose. Hold still and gradually adjust your props as gravity pulls you closer towards the earth. Walk your hands back, guiding yourself back up. Place your blocks to the inner side of your legs by your knees. Reach your arms up and clasp your hands behind your head. Side stretch to the right, taking your elbow to rest on your block. The left elbow up towards the sky. Really stretching and lengthening through the side body. Hold still. This one really is a challenge. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, side stretch to the left. Left elbow to the left block. We're always stretching ourselves to fit everything in that we need to do in life. So let's enjoy this stretch and make some room. Inhale, back up to center. Move your blocks to the side and bring your legs together ahead of you. Bend into your knees, widen your feet, and allow your knees to drop either side, taking a few windshield wiper moves. Cross your legs and turn to face the top of your mat. Rock forward onto your hands and knees, tuck your toes, spread your fingers wide. Lift those hips up towards the sky into downward facing dog and take that dog for a walk. Right leg reaches up to the sky, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Left hand comes to the inside of your right foot as your right foot shuffles to the right slightly. Untuck your toes. We're about to be challenged by dragon pose. Have your props ready. You may choose to keep length through your arms or lower your forearms onto the floor or onto your props. I like to use a blanket for this. You may choose to use a blanket, blocks, or lower straight to the earth. Allow your hips to melt towards the earth. Now this pose can be a challenge, but we need challenges in our life to be able to feel and appreciate success. Remember to breathe. Hold still and allow this pose to access the deep fascia around your hips and hip flexors. Gently lift back onto your hands, moving your props aside and step back to downward facing dog. Hips back, lengthen through your arms, heels to the floor. Left leg reaches back, Step it forward to the outer side of your left hand, fingers spread wide. Once again, keep long arms or use your props to lower your forearms to the earth or to your blocks. Allow your hips to melt into the earth. Enjoy the challenge. Difficult and challenging times allow us to strengthen. Take note of where you feel this deep stretch. Keep your breath calm and steady. This pose will help prepare you for the splits, which is where we are visiting next. If you're on your forearms, return your hands to the floor, move your props aside, tuck your right toes and step back to downward facing dog. Really lengthen through your arms, tailbone to the sky, press your chest towards your thighs before taking the dog for a walk. Right leg lifts, step your right foot through to the top of the mat. Have your props close to hand. Draw your hips back, lengthen through your right leg, flexed foot. Inhale, length through the spine. Exhale, fold chest to thigh. Half splits. Stay here or slide your right leg forward, left leg back into full splits. Now I like to place a block under my hands, either side, and a block under the back of my right thigh. You may choose a block, a bolster, or maybe none. You may choose to keep your back toes tucked. This helps to keep the hips aligned, or maybe untuck your back toes if you're happy with your hip alignment. Allow yourself to meet this pose at the place that is right for you before surrendering into half splits or full splits, with or without props. Make sure you leave your ego at the door and be content where you are, knowing that where you are is where you should be. Nourishing your body and your heart as you accept that things are how they should be and that time and patience will bring change. Mindfully glide your right leg back. Travelling through a low lunge before stepping back to downward facing dog. Left leg lifts to the sky before stepping it through to the top of your mat, ready to repeat on the other side. Hips go back, lengthen through your left leg, flexing into the foot. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold chest to thigh. Once again, stay here or transition yourself into full splits. Now, you might find that one side feels different than the other. It's normal. You may notice I have the block on its lowest position on this side, and although I feel like maybe I could go further, I'm going to settle right here. Always bring awareness and mindfulness into your practice. take note of where you feel this deep stretch. Making sure that you are challenging yourself, but not inflicting pain on yourself. Your spiritual challenge is to love the self, taking each step in life with an open heart. Glide your left foot back. Once again, travelling through low lunge, moving your props aside and then stepping back to downward facing dog. Right leg travels up, three-leg dog. Right knee travels forward to rest behind your right wrist. Slide your left leg back. Press your fingers to the earth, creating a gentle back bend. Maybe place a blanket or block under your right hip to protect your knee and keep your hips aligned. And then walk your hands forwards, coming onto your forearms or folding all the way to the floor, resting your head on your hands in Sleeping Swan. Now, if resting your head to the floor doesn't work for you, you can prop a block under your head or take a step back to your forearms or place your hands to the floor with length through your arms. Listen to your body. Choose to be the best you can be, meeting your challenges with care and honour. Allow tension and tightness to leave whilst you remain in stillness. Mindfully use your hands to guide you back up. Tuck your left toes and step back to downward facing dog. Take a breath before lifting your left leg to three-leg dog. Left knee travels forward to settle behind your left wrist, setting up any props you may require. Gentle back bend before allowing yourself to melt to the floor, repeating your Sleeping Swan on the other side. In life, we need balance, time to explore, learning not only what works for you, but also who you are. The time you spend on your mat allows you to cultivate an understanding of yourself, learning to love and respect who you are, your personality, your heart, your needs, and knowing what your accepted boundaries are, creating space for you to live in peace and harmony.
Gently use your hands to guide yourself back up, traveling back through downward facing dog, our last downward facing dog, before lowering your knees to the floor. Big toes together, widen the space between your knees. Inhale, create length through your spine. Exhale, walk your hands forwards. Allow your torso to gently relax to the floor, setting your head to the earth or maybe onto a blanket, enjoying a short time in a grounding child's pose, focusing purely on the rhythm of your own natural breath. Inhaling through your nose, taking your inhale all the way down. Feel it nourish your lower back. And releasing your exhale through your nose, allowing your breath to take not only stress and discomforts from your body, but also from your mind, releasing them and creating space. Once again, use your hands to guide you back up. Join me laying on your back, ready for a lovely laying spinal twist. Left leg extends. Draw your right knee in, giving it a loving squeeze in towards your chest. Before extending your right arm to the side and using your left hand to guide your right knee to the left. Take your gaze straight up or over your right shoulder. Take your healing breath all the way down, feeling the warm, healing effects within. Use your core to return your right knee up, bringing your left knee to meet it. Both knees get a loving squeeze in. Extend your right leg out, left arm out to the side. Use your right hand to guide your left knee over to the right, allowing your head to face up or turn to face over your left arm. Allow your spine time to heal and to strengthen its protective barrier, so that it can be there to carry you through your journey. Your core supports your left knee back up to center. Right knee joins the left as we give them a final hug in towards the heart. Release everything to the earth as we take up plenty of space, moving into a relaxing Shavasana. In stillness, our body integrates all we have done, creating healing, vital energy deep within, flexibility, strength, connection, and love. We have all just entered a new year. Repeat in your mind, I am grateful for the challenges that have taught me who I am. I honour my body and treat myself respectfully. I choose health, healing, and happiness. My heart sings with love. I express my truth as creatively as possible. I release and forgive the past. I look within where I am safe, loved, and protected. This is where I will leave you today. So thank you for joining me. Please subscribe to show your support and see new releases. Be kind, be thankful, and I wish you all a wonderful, happy new year. Namaste.